Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 3 of Experiment Q. This is the first update since we started the project and left Paris on February 28th. So, for everyone who listens to this update for the first time, here's a quick overview of the project. Experiment Q is a research initiative where we travel for 12 months to about 40 countries, and we try to map different learning initiatives and innovations within the education with the hope to have an overview of all forms of learning that we humans experience. So, and hopefully find ways to validate those experiences.
So we started on 1st of March and we are already in the 7th city, Vienna. So we've been to Barcelona first and we visited Fab Lab Barcelona and we talked about the learning, how is learning happening in a Fab Lab and what is a Fab City and so on. So we talked with Thomas Diaz, the director of Fab Lab Barcelona, and you can find actually the podcast on the experimentq.org website. I really recommend it to you, so you can listen it while driving to your working place, while cooking or doing sports. It's really interesting, so feel free.
Yeah.
The second one was we actually visited Madrid and we visited an association of parents which is called the Smiling Tree. So actually is a home schooling and actually parents are doing this for their children because they don't have trust and they don't like the educational system today. So after this we interviewed Charlie Moreno Romero and we talked about education for justice. The podcast is online, you can find it on Experiment Q. There are a lot of useful books, links and ideas, so please feel free to listen and to share what you think about it.
Next up was Lisbon, actually Almada, which is home for Almada Professional School. It was interesting to dive into the challenges of a vocational school today and see how they challenge the curriculum by focusing on soft skills, by doing open community projects, and by really investing time in working with youth on their self-confidence and direction in life. That was quite inspiring. You can find some of the stories behind the stage on Instagram and Twitter, and the main interview is still in post-production.
After this, we went to Faro. There we met an amazing couple, Italian couple, actually Simona, who is a dancer, and Alessandro, who used to be an illustrator. So they are now doing workshops on creativity. So the main idea is how to get rid of your fears, unblock your creativity, use your body more in your daily activities and be like free. So they actually, we participated at this workshop. They were doing this workshop for educators because like how can you stimulate creativity in a child if you as a teacher you are full of fears and you're like not creative and not using your body enough. So we attended this workshop and actually they are doing workshops for children as well. You can find more on the senimosi.net, okay, and as well you can see some stories on the highlight from Experiment Q Instagram account. You can see some exercise they did, like what they were sharing, but we will come with a nice video for you as well.
Yeah. Next up was Reggio Emilia, which is actually your favorite. One of your favorites.
Yeah, one of my favorite. Reggio Emilia is an approach to educate toddlers and preschools. So this approach actually put the children in the
center.
In the center of learning. Actually, the child is considered to be a teacher because he can teach himself as well.
Or generate knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah, right. And there is the teacher actually who is more as a has a role as a facilitator who doesn't provide the answer but question, give options and guides the children. Then the space is a teacher as well, because they use a lot of nice things to work with, like they use things from the nature and kind of stimulating the curiosity and giving room for learning, and actually the kid wants to explore and do things. So the design is amazing. I loved it so much, and you can find actually on Instagram profile, our Instagram profile, like a lot of some actually of pictures, because they didn't let us to take photos.
And the last project that we interviewed before coming to Vienna was BEST, and you can find more at best.it. This is a project by Cineca, a consortium of universities in Italy, who is really looking critically at the future of degrees and is trying to come up with a way to validate micro-learning experiences, so offer micro-credentials. And instead of one paper for your bachelor, you can actually have micro-credential or micro-certificates from multiple institutions and combine your degree in a unique form. And now we are in Vienna.
After 17 degrees on sun in Bologna, we came to a snowy weather in Vienna, but it's nice. So in Vienna, we focused on the topic dream development within education. So we found a lot of inspiring people that really focus on their dreams. So it's like take courage sometime. We had the chance to experience in Vienna the Happiness Day, like on Tuesday, and we visited. We attended a party, a high moment, that actually is an application for boosting your happiness, like happiness guru that reminds you each day to do small things to be happy. What we did yesterday, we visited Vienna University.
The Vienna University of Economics and Business, where we had a conversation with the Dean for International Marketing, and we tried to look at the identity of people that finish or graduate in today's economy, and what are kind of the challenges for them to build up towards lifelong learning. And next two projects that are in Vienna will be Markov Co-Learning School and also Youth Start project. You'll find more about these two projects on social media channels and on the website in the coming days.
You move to the what's next.
We cover all the projects, and then we want to also sum up what are some of the lessons learned, both project-wise and personal.
So one of the lessons learned is like even if we try to plan and to take care of the logistics, we still have some last moment tasks to do, like find where to sleep tonight in Vienna, or like booking the next trip for Berlin or another destination. So this is something we have to work on and to find a way to invest less time on this and to focus more on production, on really useful insights, and to share this with you. But this is something like we have to learn from these experiences when you arrive at the last moment and you say where you are going to sleep or what you're going to do. Another one is,
there's always something to share. That's a lesson we learned from our friend and mentor, Katsi from Dream Academia. Starting this project, we focus a lot on the interviews and sharing all the insights that we can from each interview, like books, research articles, strategies for improving the learning experience of kids and adults and so on. But there's so much more that we can do in between that is more connected to humans. Like if someone is hosting us, we could cook or hug them or doodle for them or take some pictures and really enjoy the learning experience that we have in the process and also share it with the world. I think that people underestimate how much you can share and give back in small acts of kindness. So that's something we practice.
And talking about the process, this is something else that we learn. We still have to do small things each day, like share things, post, even if this picture on Instagram is not perfect with the perfect filter or whatever, we still have to be consistent in our work and to share little things that we do. And in this case, you can learn, you can improve, by practicing, you get better at it.
Yeah. So next point in our update from week 3 is community tools. First, we created a specific page dedicated to our community, and you can find it on experimentq.org/community. There we sum up all the tools that we use to document our work and interact with you. So from social media to real-time tracking of our location, to the tools that you can use to share your feedback, newsletter, and so on. So make sure you check that out to be up to date to what's happening with us and with the projects that we uncover on the road.
For us, it's very important your feedback, and actually, we really want you to share with us what do you prefer most, like what social media you use most, Instagram, Facebook. What would you like to see more, like videos, articles, or whatever? Please share what you, from your perspective, need and how you want to be part of this adventure. So we can take all your insights and just provide and produce more meaningful and useful work, information and tools work for you.
Another tool related to our community is our itinerary page. So we listed all the cities that are coming next, alongside those that are already completed. And we also thought, how can we make this experience very special for the people that we meet? So we'll try to stay with locals as much as possible through couchsurfing or stay at the schools that we feature, the projects and so on. And we came up with a set of activities that we can do with our hosts, like, again, cook, doodle, take pictures, have conversations about the education or pedagogy practices around the world and so on. So make sure to check experimentq.org/itinerary to see the cities where we go and to have the opportunity to interact with us by hosting us or doing some activities together.
You can also contribute on Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of nice feedback and really gives us energy and wings to move forward and to do this, I could say, not easy job. So if you want us to continue and to share this experience with you, and feel free to check the Patreon. What's the exact title?
It's like patreon.com/experimentq. And thank you, Alexei and Viorica, for being the first patrons and supporting us on a monthly basis. Thank you so much. Now, very quickly,
about what's next.
About what's next?
Doing tonight.
Tonight at 6 or 6:30, like in this time window, we'll have the live Facebook interview with Stefan from Markov School, and we'll also record the audio, the podcast, to be released a bit later. And tomorrow we have the Youth Start, which is a project focused on entrepreneurship development within youth at the European level. We'll try to live stream that as well alongside the audio podcast.
And on Saturday, on Saturday morning, we are moving to Berlin for another week. So if you are in Berlin, if you know somebody in Berlin who would like to meet us and to experience like what is being on the road and doing this project, so feel free to contact us and to connect us so we can share this experience and just talk and
So thank you very much for listening to this rather long update from summing up 3 weeks of Experiment Q experience. We're looking forward to next week, where we'll try to briefly share the experience of the week. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
see you.
Have a great week. Bye-bye.